on, Earth. Tell the story.
What story?
You know, this story of formation.
You wanna know how all the planets were formed?
Yeah.
Haven't I told you this before?
Not really. You never go into detail and only mention when the sun formed.
Okay, are you sure you wanna know?
Of course.
Fine. Well, it started 4.6 billion years ago, with the sun forming from hydrogen and helium collapsing in on itself. For the start of her life, the sun was completely alone, being surrounded only by space debris. And that space debris eventually clumped together due to a process called accretion. Accretion being when larger objects draw on smaller ones with gravity. And as the mass of those objects combined grows higher and higher, it forms celestial bodies, such as moons, dwarf planets, and planets.
Hello?
Where am I?
I can't believe it! A planet! A very own planet! Mine!
Who are you?
I'm your star, but you can just call me the sun. And welcome to my solar system.
Hello, son. What's my name?
Well, whatever you want it to be.
Eventually, the Sun and Jupiter would be joined by Saturn, forming from the same gases as them, only being slightly smaller than Jupiter. Saturn was born only a couple million years after Jupiter was.
Son! Son! Son!
Yes?
Look!
Hi, I'm Saturn. I'm new here.
Hey, Saturn. I'm the sun. And you're in my solar system.
And you are?
I'm Jupiter!
After that, the leftover space dust from both Jupiter and Saturn created Uranus and Neptune around 10 million years later. And not only that, but two more icy bodies are said to have formed around this time, that being Planet X and the fifth gas giant. There's no confirmation if Planet X is a real planet, but the fifth gas giant, he was real, alright. But that's a story for another day.
Okay, so what happens next?
As you may notice, Jupiter's orbit as of right now is currently in the inner solar system, before the asteroid belt. However, today, Jupiter resides past the asteroid belt, and is what keeps it in check.
So, how did he move to his new orbit?
Well, Luna, let me introduce you to Jupiter's grand tack. Back 4.5 billion years ago, way before our time, Jupiter's orbit was influenced by Saturn's gravity, causing Jupiter to travel inwards towards the Sun and outwards past the asteroid belt before landing in its new orbit.
It sucks that you can't be over here with us.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the Kuiper Belt one day.
Maybe the sun will let you come with us? If we're lucky.
Maybe.
Well, the sun's distracted. Come on.
You want me to cross over?
What's the worst that could happen?
Won't the sun be mad?
She's as soft as it gets. You'll be fine. Cross over.
I don't know if I want to go behind the sun's back like that.
Yeah, she's never done us wrong. But wouldn't it be great to hang out with Jupiter in this side of the solar system? We don't need a little asteroid belt determining his orbit now, do we?
I'm sorry, Saturn, but I won't. I can't.
Yes, you will.
Saturn, stop! The rocky planet could get hurt!
Just cross over, please! You made it! See? Was that so hard? What?
Jupiter's grand attack set the foundations of the modern solar system we were born into today. All the gassy planets besides the fifth giant were all in their orbits from now on.
What happened to the fifth giant?
All I know is he was somehow ejected out of the solar system, and his whereabouts today are unknown to anyone. But the debris from the grand attack eventually formed 5 new planets, 3 of which we know today: Mercury, Venus, and Mars. The other 2 being ancient celestial bodies known as Proto-Earth and Theia.
When do we show up?
I'm getting there, Luna. As I was saying, Proto and Theia are unique, as nowadays they're no longer around. But what if I told you we are Proto and Theia?
Then I think you're crazy.
Just hear me out. Proto and Theia orbited between Venus and Mars, and they did not get along well with each other. All they did was constantly argue due to Theia picking fights with literally everyone. But that all changed one day.
Hey, you stupider!
What now, Theia?
I need your help. I want Proto's orbit.
And why is that?
Because it has the perfect temperature.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we can't just swap orbits.
Oh, yeah? What about the grand attack, huh?
That's in the past. There's nothing we can do now to change your place. You'll just have to get used to your orbit, okay?
Ugh, you're no help. I'm leaving.
Yeah. In fact, why didn't I give you a boost?
Ah! Jupiter, you idiot!
Oh, it's you. Here to insult me again?
Buzz off.
No, you buzz off!
Ah! Wait a second. Proto! Proto, move! Proto!
They'd crashed, and it wasn't a small crash either. The most infamous crash in our solar system's history. All that remained for millions upon millions of years were the corpses of Proto and Theia, left there to rot. Until, one day, seemingly out of the blue, debris from the crash molded itself into 2 bodies. Those bodies being...
Us?
Exactly! As for the rest of our solar system, moons began to form the leftover rocks, ice, and dust from formed planets. Dwarf planets also gave life to moons too. And Jupiter and Neptune kept both the asteroid belt and the Kuiper belt in check. Things were looking up, and the solar system, as we know it today, was formed. Our system, which was once a deadly, anxiety-inducing hot mess, stabilized, and became home to not just us, but to thousands of living creatures on my surface. And it became what we now know as our home.